Good afternoon from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is actually my third time doing this. I'm trying to combat with the music, and well, I'm in a coffee shop, so gotta respect the espresso. So anyway, match at Deja Brew for the one and two people who ends up watching this, which literally may be the case. Um, so I wanted to talk about one of my favorite groups. Um, the group's name was called Response. I guess you would put it under a genre like indie pop. So, um, yeah, basically indie pop. So, I would say probably my favorite album would be Venus Take No Shape. The first album was called Call and Response, and it. I think Pitchfork had rated it 5.0, and that sounds about right. It wasn't a terrible album. It was fine. Probably my favorite song on it was called Roller Skate. Beautiful, sweet, bubbly bass line. I thought it was fantastic. But with that being said, I thought it was, it was fine. But I can see why it was rated 5.0. The second album, well, it was really more of a, and this is early to mid 2000s, by the way. The second album really was an EP of 6 songs, and it was called Tiger Teeth. Now, they rated that about a 5.7 out of 10. Now, I think they're wrong there. I got it probably closer to, I think, about or a little bit below a 7. I thought it was a pretty good LP. Beautiful LP. Trying to think of my favorite songs on there. I thought they all were wonderful. Nervous Wreck was pretty good. I think they all were fantastic. Let me see. Little Noises was awesome. That was a good album. Good track is what I meant to say. But yes, no, I don't agree with the 5.7 from there. And the third one's Wind Takes No Shape. Now, Wind Takes No Shape, they had about around a 7.73, which isn't a bad score. That's actually a pretty good score. I got it closer to maybe about a 9. But I also think probably the album just speaks to me. Wind Takes No Shape kind of has, if you will, if you're familiar with Japanese short forms, this is to say if you're familiar with haiku, Tonga. I guess haiku's appeal to nature makes a pretty close fit. I think it has that kind of quality to it. I think it has a zen. The Chinese would call it Chan, but a zen, if you will, quality to it. I find myself walking in nature, and sometimes not in nature. Listening to it, it still feels like nature to me. I don't think that's a 7.3. I think that's much higher. I think Pitchfork described it as melancholy in some ways, and I can agree with that. I think it's melancholy, but also sentimental. And once again, you got that Zen quality. What was it? Forget, a laser in a cap. Simple. It doesn't rhyme, by the way, but just very simple image. I think time lapse is a fantastic song. Just to let you know, I really think that these guys really, well, I mean, they're no longer around. I think they disbanded right after that album in 2004. But they have a really good gift, really good knack for good bass lines. And the lead singer just does a wonderful, nice chill. Has kind of a chill quality to the vocals. She's a female lead. I don't really want to play favorites, but because I think the album is pretty good from beginning to end myself. But Timeline is pretty good. Time Lapse, excuse me. Colors Bleed, I think it's pretty good. The entire album is stacked. I think it's a fantastic album. I'm mentioning songs, but I don't know if they're necessarily better. The one that absolutely speaks to me is Silent Chill, which also kind of mentioned the title of the album. Within lyrics they say wind takes no shape. And they talk about time of being cold, alone, and needing warmth, and that someone actually goes out of their way to provide them warmth, to hold them, until the spring. Man, I tell you, man, it's tough for me not to even just shed tears, just how beautiful that song is. I have no idea. If this song sold in the six figures, maybe it sold in the six figures, but maybe. I'm thinking it probably was in the five figures. But, for me, a lot of good music tends to be that way. I see music that sold 80 million records or something like that, or whatever, I don't know, 20 million or something like that. And for me, it's horrible. It just doesn't speak to me. For whatever reason, the ones where you just have a few tens of thousands of albums sold, for me, just seems to be a better quality of music. I'm not sure if I have just some basic bias, to an indie pop or anything. But anyway, like I said, the band has been gone for 18 years. But man, do I love listening to them from time to time, and I try to find them to see, what other solo projects they're doing. Anyway, Call and Response. It's the name of the band. It is a San Francisco, or it was a San Francisco-based band, and I hope I gave you something to think about. Okay, take care and goodbye.